It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Alaja Nima Akashat Zabiri. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I just want to come. I just want to come and beg the people that I have offended, because you know, when I was mentioning people that I went to class with, the State Council of Nigeria people, I mentioned only 4 people. The rest of them, they came.
Of course.
Oh. So today, I want to start with Mokoro Chinedu, Ekemka Samuel. That's my prof, my brightest party. Molaya Anoluwapo, Queensley, Queen of Flights. Bello Nuruddin Adeni, that one is Baba Komi. Mohammed Bashar Shinkafi. I gave them names. My brothers are Bashari, Mohammed Lawali. As you are watching, those ones are my brothers. Adenuga Michael Luatobi, my daughter. And Baba Ghana Ali. We used to call Baba Ghana over there. Lawan nice. Baba Ghana Ali. I'm sorry. Said Ahmed, I've mentioned your name. Benjamin Ghana Landu. Now you've experts, but I hope you are watching. All of you, one by one, I've mentioned your names. And we did not, Baba Zakari did not get angry, but you people are angry. No
well,
vex.
At least, we are begging to on our behalf.
They are brilliant. Yeah. This Benjamin, I hope he's watching. I actually have high respect for Benjamin. Nice. His knowledge of, you know, the sectors of agriculture, his field, really wowed me. So
that's fantastic.
Well done.
Chika, okay.
Yes.
How you doing?
Morning. I'm good. I'm fine. This morning on my way to the show, to work, 2 nasty accidents.
Oh.
The very first one just after Marwa, the truck, a big trailer was on this side, and then the vehicle, a luxurious vehicle, I don't know, just right next to him, but ran into the guy. Totally smashed from the front. I doubt that whoever was driving that car, because the entire front part is submerged into the truck. And then the second one just before the toll gate, the truck, this truck guys are a menace. The guy, like the middle divider of the road, he made the divider of the road his own pathway, crushed the entire thing.
Really
I understand that accidents can happen in spite of our best efforts, but please, take caution. It's just one.
How about checking the cars before they put them on the road?
Yes,
that's really sad. They're so rest in peace.
Anyways, on a lighter note, my daughter is back.
We've been expecting this. Our daughter
was meant to come with me on the show today, but I decided let me let her enjoy.
Let her come,
but she's gonna come.
Oh, that would be nice.
She went to speak. We that we are hustling for the money and working hard. Look at my neck. If you see my daughter,
are you serious?
I say, I bet you the branch somewhere. If not that I put you in private, you the branch from school go. Skin is popping.
That's nice.
You know how they don't went to school. You know when you come to school, you'll be like this. Then when you come home, you not add. I think you were gym.
Amaka Fresh, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. So today's banter is about my mom. Mom, you know I love you so much, and I know you're watching.
Amaka, don't do that.
But I know she's your best friend, but I'll put her on this. I don't know why my mom, every time she likes to have excuse for everything she wants to do. If she wants to drink, like, let's say alcohol now, she just say, you know, I've not been able to sleep. I'm not sleeping. Maybe if I just take a glass of the wine, and just drink this thing. I said, Mom, you don't need an excuse.
Just go direct.
Just drink. Want to drink. She sent me message yesterday because when she's not at home, she likes for me to send her the link of your view so she can watch replay. She now sent me message yesterday and said, this your view people, you put an amazing show yesterday, but you people have finished my data. Or this your people have finished my data. I said, Mom, you want to ask for data? Ask, but not your people have finished your data. I love you so much.
That's what they say. Amaka, do you hear what I said? When you say the person has them to interpret,
that your time will come.
No, thank you. Don't worry. You know, me, I have to give special thanks to somebody. My daughter, Elizabeth. You know, my little son, 6-year-old. So we told him about that tooth fairy story. He lost a tooth yesterday. So we told him to put it under the pillow. So I did it for all the kids, of course. But we all know that there's no real tooth fairy. But he still believes in tooth fairy. So all evening he was trying to make a wish for the tooth fairy to give him a chocolate and everything. Just like, the guy didn't sleep. He was trying to think of the wish. Eventually, he decided, he put the tooth under his bed. And he slept off. My daughter came to come out with, Mommy, where's the money? Give me the money, let me put it. And then she wrote a lovely tooth fairy note to him. Dear Gabriel, I know you want a wish, you wanted this thing, but I know that the chocolate would affect your tooth, but I just gave you a token. Even me, I was like, yeah. I mean, the boy's face lit up this morning. He was so happy. He read the letter to everybody. Tooth Fairy sent me a letter. He's taking it to school. He's excited. The whole house is happy for him. And I was just looking at my daughter, 13 years, and I'm like, you know, that was so ingenious. Ingenious of you. Very nice of you.
She's already
thoughtful. I gave her the money, but she thought of a letter. And the boy, facts, his teacher will hear him today. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we're going to go through the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing the papers. We have to go inside because Wike has taken up the front page. So governors Baduru and Dangote, others bid Dantata farewell. Our vision for FCT by Tinubu. Experts, Dangote's initiative will stimulate economic growth and reduce inflationary pressures. Federal government to drive investment with Africans for Africa Fund. NIMET, human lives, buildings, others at risk of extreme weather. And Nigeria urges global finance overhaul to support developing economies. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Okay.
In the nation.
Go. Okay. So to encourage indigenous investments in the African mineral sector, the federal government is set to launch the Africans for Africa Fund. Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, said the fund is designed to mobilize African capital. He spoke with reporters ahead of the 4th Africa Natural Resources and Energy Investment Summit, which is built for July the 15th to 17th with the theme Harnessing Local Content for Sustainable Development is to be held at the State House Conference Center in Abuja. Also represented by the Director General of the Nigerian Mineral Mining Cadastral Office, Simon Nkom. The minister said one of the major highlights of this year's summit will be the formal launch of the Africans for Africa Fund, a bold initiative designed to mobilize African capital for African priorities. This isn't just a slogan, it's a shift in mindset. We're saying clearly the time has come for Africans to invest in Africa, to back our industries, our innovations, our infrastructure with the resources we already have. He said that this is in line with the Renewed Hope agenda and that the summit is about building value where the resources come from. That some of the key areas that they will focus on will include local industrialization, how to turn abundant raw materials into processed products like batteries, fertilizers, solar components, and metals, and energy transition. He said we have to take advantage of our renewables and gas to create energy solutions that actually work for African community solutions that are clean and reliable. This is a great one, yes.
Fantastic.
So I have a partnership between the Nigerian government and the Chinese government. According to this, the Chinese government is doing a partnership with the federal government to establish what is known as an agro-industrial estate, and they have chosen this area of Moshun State for this. The Iragbiji in Borikwe local government area of Moshun State is where this agro-business hub will be situated, and it is proposed for a smart farming industrial estate, which will also enable them to power the entire community just for establishing this. So the Aragbiji of Iragbiji, or Barashid Olabomi, was seated, the fourth, Olabomi Odundu the fourth was seated, the chairman of the China International Business and Development Corporation, CIBDC, Mr. Shang Daniel, was also cited, and they said that the agricultural practice for food production, supply, and consumption is an essential for human life, and so they're looking at doing this. Other people who were there were the president of Nigerian China Investment Club, Dr. Chidi Ulelu. He led the 12-man delegation to Iragbiji to brief the Oba of this initiative. I think it is welcome because we need to, modernize farming.
Right. So
these are our young people now. Even with modernizing and mechanizing farming, people are not interested. They still consider it dirty work. So they should find a way to, like the president said, make farming sexy.
Yes, restore dignity to
restore dignity.
All right, let me take the story from Dangote. So economists and financial experts in the energy sector are all saying that they are hailing the initiative by Dangote Petroleum of taking the issue of distribution from the marketers. They describe the initiative as game changer for the economy and to propel the economy to greater heights. They also said it's the best thing that's happened in the energy sector in a very long time. The chief executive of financial directives, that's Bismarck Rwane, somebody that is well known here in Nigeria, says that the free distribution initiative would actually ease inflationary pressures and stimulate economic growth. He dismissed concerns about the distribution initiative being a monopoly, arguing that inefficiencies in the sector have been long-standing and been systemic for a long time. He added that the scheme would help curb the parasitic role traditionally played by the middlemen. So we can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different result. So now let's try this and we'll see how effective it is. If we now see an issue in front, we can now review. But for now, let's try something new. And I can't wait for these things to kick off in August, as they've said.
I agree. So I have a story on weather. Now the NIMET, the agency in charge of weather, the Nigeria Meteorological Agency, has issued a warning that human lives, buildings and others are at risk of extreme weather. Now in the coming days, we can expect extreme weather conditions, and this may result in the displacement of people as well as damage to infrastructure, buildings, farmlands and other properties, according to NIMET. The agency has urged Nigerians to prepare for the extreme weather events and climate variability caused by climate change. And there's so much talk every year, like clockwork, about some of these warnings going out and the damage, but not much talk about...
Say rain, flood. Normal language, extreme weather, they will still use dictionary.
Yes. So I also want to
rain
spotlight...
is about to fall.
Yes. Another newspaper has actually detailed out, where the issues truly lie and what can be done. Now, according to this paper, it says that the government's role, many Nigerians believe that political leaders have failed in their responsibilities to protect lives and property. They're saying that we remember what happened in Niger, in Mokwa State, and it says the government lacks the political will to implement real solutions, according to environmental planners in Lagos. Then also for us, members of the public, they're saying Nigeria's poor environmental habits, like littering, dumping waste in drainages, ignoring flood warnings, worsen the crisis. Ecological funds that are meant to address environmental disasters remain a sore point. Many people are saying that nobody knows what these ecological funds or where these funds are going to. And then insurance as well. They're saying that Nigeria has over 60 insurance companies that can offer various protections, but very few flood victims benefit. Many people do not even know about insurance when it comes to flooding, and they can't even afford it. So there are many other issues that I mentioned, even community engagement that I mentioned in this particular newspaper article as to what we can really do to tackle this menace of flooding that occurs every year.
It's a natural disaster, and we also need to do our own part
to manage it.
But it's also important to probe these monies that you just showed us.
Ecological funds. Sometimes I diverted.
The states that get it,
some states feel as if what's the big deal, so they use it for other more important things, forgetting that if you don't fix it now, it can actually get worse. I think let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
You feel like you're right there with me.
Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there.
Or to the trendiest street festivals, or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone.
So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable,
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government that will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini, I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire.
My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo Listy. And this na Abigail. And I dare on top your view pigeon. I'm going to bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
Now what you want?
After that day, the man
you go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey friend the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't bet, don't use signs.
If they look for person we go give them to you, fact as it be.
Men no they ever get fault. If baby not there for her,
na
the woman.
Talk no dey be person, make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we not say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
Look, we no even take responsibility for the children. Leave the man.
And that's some poria.
I'm Miriam Lunge.
Thanks for staying with us. We're moving on now to Daily Sun. Let's find a story. Inside.
Okay, should I take...
Ex-aviation minister approves 100% payment to company owned by daughter and son-in-law, says witness. Defense headquarters neutralizes neutralist kingpin Yellow Dambokolo. Lima, which story do you have?
Okay, so I have David Mark resigning. So
David Mark?
Yes, the former Senate president.
Yes, so resigning from where?
He has resigned from the PDP.
Oh.
He has left the party.
How was that coming to AVCU?
Founding members are leaving. So he was appointed as one of the interim leaders of the coalition-backed African Democratic Congress.
Yeah.
And so he had to tender his resignation, but he now had too many things to complain about the PDP. I'm wondering, the PDP should rest on this opposition. Should they no longer a valid opposition? There's no PDP.
If people inside already can be taken negative.
Founding members have all gone. People are going for different interests. But you see these ones, these were the people who are going to criticize for leaving. Person like me, I go one touch like the abuser, but really, what's there to...
When I hear things like this, I can always respect Fayoshi. No matter what, he is still in PDP, I'm sure. He would never...
After a while, he will be in a PDP that is not of any use.
But at least he will be there, because Ekiti man is live die or is like ride or like that, die for life.
He can't even be in PDP just for the sake of
will not allow them to
being true to his word, when the party itself is non-existent.
That man is not going anywhere. Okay, let me take this story. The defense headquarters neutralizes a terrorist kingpin. Troops of the Operation Fasten Yemen eliminated a notorious terrorist known as Yellow Dambokolo in a week-long encounter in the northwest. The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kanye, confirmed the killing in a statement yesterday in Abuja. He said that the operation was conducted in conjunction with hybrid forces supported by air components and other security agencies, following a credible intelligence on the movement of the fleeing bandits and terrorists. During the encounter, the notorious kingpin himself, as Yellow Dam Bukolo, who for years has devastated residents of the eastern Sokoto and suffered serious gunshot wounds, was subsequently shot dead on Monday from the injuries sustained during the fierce battle by two. So I'm really happy that this is one person that, one less terrorist we have alive, and I'm congratulations to Major General Kangie for the efforts of his team and the entire army.
Okay, so an Economic and Financial Crimes Commission's EFCC witness yesterday told Abuja High Court that former Aviation Minister Hadi Sirika approved a 100% payment for a contract awarded to a company owed by his daughter and son-in-law. This contract is over 1.4 billion naira. He told the court that he approved the payment to AI Burak Global Investment Limited. It was, the contract was actually split into two. So he awarded part of the contract to his brother and the remaining one to his daughter and son-in-law, who are directors of the company. Yes. And the prosecution stated that this was contrary to Section 12 and 19 of the Corrupt Practice and Other Related Offences Act 2000 and Section 17B of the EFCC Establishment Act, as well as Section 315 of the Penal Code Act of Cap 532 Acts of the Federal Capital Territory. It was punishable, under those same sections. So the matter is still on. The contract sum paid represents 100%. He paid 100% of the contract to the fourth defendant. It don't even remain small. He paid everything.
Make them finish work, execute, make you see, or hit it by milestones.
There was no plan.
Yeah, and it's an airport expansion project. So yeah,
daughter and son-in-law and brother.
Okay.
Well, let us spotlight some very upstanding Nigerians. In Aba, a keke operator returned forgotten 4 million naira to passenger.
Wow.
Yes, this is worthy of commendation. I absolutely had to take the story. So this is an indication that good Nigerians still exist regardless of the daunting economic crunch. A commercial tricycle operator in Aba, Abia State, last Thursday, etched his name in the Hall of Fame, yes, even in my heart too as well, after he returned a cash of 4 million naira left by a passenger he had transported earlier. His name is Lucky Okoro, alias Onyefoto. He had that morning lifted a woman who was identified as a Cameroonian from the Aba city center to the popular area International Market, where she disembarked. He later noticed a bag which was left in his keke, and on close observation, he found that it contained 4 million naira, which some of his colleagues that got wind of it advised him to keep, even though he was said to have been contemplating to buy a new tricycle. The old one he's been using is, proving problematic. On the contrary, he insisted, listened to no such advice, and he began a routine search of the passenger he had dropped earlier, found her, and returned the money.
So sweet. And that kind of thing the government should actually recognize and appreciate it. Well done, well done. Okay, let's move on now to Vanguard. There was a story I wanted to take. This is a lawyer story. So I think it's in Sun. The academic and other activities at the Polytechnic in Ibadan was halted because students protested the name change to Omololu Olunloyo Polytechnic Ibadan from the Ibadan Polytechnic before. The protest was in response to Governor Seyi Makinde's decision to rename the institution after the late former governor citing his contributions to education nationally. Governor Makinde announced the renaming last weekend, honoring Olunloyo, who served as the first rector of the institution and was a commissioner in the Old Western region. It's very, very appropriate. However, his decision sparked considerable controversy. Some supported it, others were quite a bit against it, especially those in the alumni. The unrest among students culminated in the protest that paralyzed academic activities that on the campus, both the south and northern campus gates were locked, preventing access to institutions. So I'm hoping that there can be some kind of...
Nigerians don't learn. But when they attempted to name Unilag after a prominent philanthropist in this country, the protest we join, we will not go to school.
They did not rename University of Ife as Obafemi Awolowo University. Did anybody done what happened?
No, originally that's
what it was University of Ife.
But it was done.
But eventually, and so during that time too, some people protested.
When the school had, there was no protest. Now, when the school had gained popularity for what it stands for, it's now you want to come out.
He's the first rector.
First rector.
It's only appropriate. It's only appropriate. Please.
But now they are protesting it now. Maybe the impact wasn't felt by the students at the time.
Because they don't know him.
Or the alumni.
That's the problem. When new generations understand who are sown the seed.
The generations are protesting, they don't understand. The alumni are the ones protesting. They are older generations, are they not?
Let me not even go because I have a very strong sentiment to this. Vanguard. Worsening abductions, killings, Boko Haram, renewed attacks, others. Alami says Sultan of Sokoto. Insecurity, Asaba community invokes deities, lays curses on kidnappers and cultists. About time.
Will you work?
Rivers, Lagos lead as cult clashes claims 1,686 lives in 5 years, says report. Ibadan police students, we talked about that, protesting, and I'm not sure which other stories we have. Let's see. FG disburses 32 billion naira to strengthen primary healthcare services. Okay,
so let me take the Asaba date. Determined to check insecurity in their area, the people of Asaba Delta State have invoked deities, laying curses on kidnappers, cultists, and drug peddlers in the state capital. So they also said that when they had this incident 4 years ago, they did this and they had relative peace in Asaba. My parents stay in Asaba, so I know this to be true. But then they said currently there have been some killings, there have been some attacks, even though nobody has been killed, and some kidnapping. So they decided to do this again. So the Asaba is saying that they need to come invite the deities. They didn't just invite the deities of the land. They even invited deities from across the Niger.
Wonderful.
So that the thing will be kakara.
So you know you say you work, you sure? Are you sure you worked?
We don't have to, there's no kidnapping in Asaba. There's no armed robbery issue.
And then he works in those areas, in the old Bendel, the cause of the king
in Asaba. So now they've gone to different, they've gone to different communities to go and swear and do the thing, right? And so they said that Asaba worked before, they know it to work again, and they did not just now use the one they did before. They brought extra from across the Niger. Because Asaba, you can keep your thing outside and come back and take it again. Like there's really, even though there was a bit of stealing because they robbed our house, but you know it's.
But then it's a collective thing when you lay a course and then one person breaks.
The Nigerian Tribune.
No, I wanted to take the primary health care center. So according to the coordinating minister for health and social welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Patem, he was speaking at the 11th expanded ministerial oversight committee of the Ministerial Oversight Committee MOC meeting on the Basic Health Care Provision Fund. And this fund, they have disbursed to 8,000 primary health care facilities a sum of 32 billion. For the first half of 2025, now then disbursed this one. So I want to hope that we will start to see changes. Just in case changes, please, can somebody be doing unexpected supervision across so that you know that whether the money enter pocket or the money was effective. So this is, of course, to improve primary health care services. You know, I've been shouting about it since I came. All the primary health care centers, me too, I'll be walking around there, unexpected. All those drugs that are supposed to be free are being sold in our general hospitals. People are touchlighting them anywhere I see them. But this has been disbursed, and this is supposed to help, according to them, target at least 50,000 Nigerians and make them get easy access to health care.
Do you have a story in Vanguard? Okay, let's move on to the Tribune. Let's find a story. Controversy trails Ondo government's planned inquest into Akeredolu's death. Why barriers to insurance accessibility in Nigeria must be removed. And which other story? Who has a story?
I have the one of Aida Tiwa. So the decision of the Ondo State Governor to initiate a probe into the circumstances surrounding the death of former Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has stirred a wave of controversy and condemnation across the state. This follows an announcement by the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Kayode Ajulo-San, who disclosed that his ministry received several petitions from concerned individuals and groups within and outside the state, calling for a coroner's inquest into the death of the late governor. According to Ajulo, the petitioners, whose identities were not disclosed, reportedly suspected the involvement of Akeredolu's widow, Betty, and others in his demise. The development has now triggered sharp reactions from political stakeholders, community leaders, and legal minds, many of whom condemn the move as ill-advised and capable of throwing the state into chaos. It's obvious they're coming for this one. Because how in the world, in this day and age, are you making nefarious statements like this?
This is baseless. No, but Chika, well, plus the governor, plus the woman, plus the, that means the widow. I love you should please let this man rest now. He lived a good life. This whole drama.
Remember the circumstance of this man's death. He was ill.
You
are reopening a wound. The woman is trying to heal and mourn her husband. You're not trying to accuse her.
You know why I'm not happy with her as well? Even last week, he went on live video. Can you people let the man rest?
Because the woman is grieving in different ways. She's upset. So we can't really blame a grieving woman, how she reacts in certain situations. If you are reasonable, you can say, I don't need to do that. But when the woman is within how many years of her husband's death, she's still grieving. So there's a possibility she will do very actively that maybe she might not be proud of. But at that moment, you have to give her some grace.
She was actually involved in caring for him.
Exactly. So you give her some grace. You give her some grace, but not to not accuse her of. Yes, she has reacted because she's a widow, for heaven's sake.
No, an inquest into is that. See, let's leave the widow. The assumption that he's targeting her is, we have not verified it. Leave it. But why do you want to do an inquest into his death? He died. He had months to plan the burial. You did the burial. We are halfway into the year. The new year.
I wish it was starting an inquest. We need to scatter that.
That's why it seems like there's more.
They don't have road to do. Is there light in is there light in Ondo?
We supposed to make this into topical because this is really annoying.
All of them, all parties.
Well, let us go on a short break.
They are culpable.
Let us go on a short break. Let us just leave it because we want to get in trouble. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon. I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Brand new studio, brand new set, a new face, but still your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a fresh new energy, new vibe. You smell that?
Now that's the smell of tasty, tantalizing food from our various chefs.
And when it comes to sports updates with insightful analysis, the place you want to be is Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Every second there's a fresh occurrence, and every minute there's a story to tell. Keep abreast of happening locally and internationally via the news updates of Wake Up Nigeria.
It's light camera fashion, where we strut, slay, and sashay, and keep you updated with all the latest fashion trends.
Level up your morning.
Watch Wake Up Nigeria, where every morning begins with a spark.
Verification. Once verified, your tuition will be sorted. Nelfund. We pay. You study. You conquer. Nelfund is an initiative of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, aimed at providing financial support to students across the nation.
It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics and high-quality proteins, and all of these work together.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Thanks for staying with us. So on Your Views, once in a while, we look for stories online and stories that spur conversations, because the objective of the show is to discuss issues and get different perspective. So an interesting post that we saw online caught our attention. A gentleman called Linus Williams, popularly known as Blood. He's a Nigerian cryptocurrency entrepreneur, digital businessman, and founder of Blood Group. According to the post on social media, he was subjected to serious criticism, and after a video of him visiting his in-laws in their modest home went viral. Many had questioned how he, who's supposed to be a billionaire, could have in-laws living in such a building. So the focus really is on whether a man should be responsible for upgrading his in-laws' living standards. Some argue that it is not his responsibility. Others say that the wealth should rub off on his in-laws. What are your own thoughts on this? Also, what if people believe that they want to stay in their own modest living? Should a husband be expected to take care of his wife's family's financial needs? What are the responsibilities of a man towards his in-laws? These are some of the questions I want to talk about on the show today. You can call us on 020-163-52013. 090-241-63440. You can also send us messages on X and on YouTube. We'll be happy to read your messages. Let me start with Amaka on this matter. What are your thoughts on this video?
I like how Nigerians, they would like to throw the word billionaire, left, right, and center. Everybody billionaire. Everybody's a billionaire. You're a billionaire. So you know that social media is, on social media platform, it's the more you look, the less you see. And for different businesses or sectors, people have to appear a certain way in order to convince people to align to their business. Let's say you're into real estate, you patronize them, you're into real estate, or you're into a business where you need people to come and invest and stuff. You have to portray a certain...
Look the part.
Yeah, look the part, certain lifestyle. That's why they'll say Lagos now is more, the more you look, the less you see. The kind of car you arrive to for your meetings with and everything, right? But the packaging. So that's on one side. Because he did not show us his account statement for us to know whether really he's a billionaire. We're inferring that he's a billionaire based on what we see in terms of social media and everything. One. Then secondly, if actually he's a billionaire and his in-laws are living in that way, I do not blame him, because it's different that he went to visit his own parents and they are living in that. The person I blame is the wife, that is the air conditioner is blowing in her house where she's coming. She knows her upbringing. She knows how mosquito used to bite her in that house. And then she now went to where AC is now blowing her. And then she now remember that AC needs to also blow her parents. It's on her. It's not on the man. The only way we can criticize the man is if we now go to where his parents live. And when I find out that his parents are living like that, while he's driving a Maserati or a Rolls Royce, then that's where I can have an issue. It's not his problem. It's the wife's duty to that time, baby, so my parents need this or this. So, or if they're giving her money for food and she's bringing her 1 naira every day for money or food, by 1 year she'll have saved money to at least paint the place.
I'm getting your point. So I like Chika. Let you hear your thoughts on this.
So why I don't want to make the story about B-Lord because it transcends him.
We're definitely
we're
going
talking
to move it. Let's just focus on that story and then we'll come to.
So I think the reason why people are punching and it's a problem for many people is because there seems to be a disparity. I follow B-Lord on Instagram. Every now and then I try to catch up with what he's doing. He puts up this semblance of wealth. You can't miss it. He shows off his mansion. It's really a mansion. He shows off his exotic cars. You can't miss it. The standard of life that he has given to his wife. He seems to be a family-oriented man. He looks like a devoted father and husband. I don't know if he has side chicks, but he portrays that I'm all in for my family. I don't play with family. He shows off his children. He's very family-centered. Okay, that's the vibe you get when you get acquainted with the young man. And so wealth is just oozing and seeping through every fiber of post on his Instagram page. And, because of what he does, cryptocurrency investment, he has put up that impression to everyone who will come in contact with him as a billionaire. He could be, I'm not sure if he is, he could very well be. And so Nigerians naturally and rationally will be like, if you are a billionaire, yes, I know these are your wife's people, not your parents, but still, you engage in philanthropy. B-Lord does a lot of philanthropy. A few months ago, he just because he does it from time to time. The people around his community, he does billions of giveaways, millions of naira, empowerment, all of that. So if you go that far, how can you not then go that far for your wife's family? So I understand that. But you see, still, there are many other issues.
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to it. I want us to just talk about it and then we'll pack it and then focus on the issue. Yes, Nima, your thoughts?
I completely agree with Amaka. It's not any in-laws business. It's your daughter's business to improve your status, life, and everything. That's the way I see it. You owe your parents, if they've given you education, they've given you life, they've empowered you. You owe them your life, not to go and become somebody's handbag in his house. You say, I don't understand women say, I don't want to work. Because in life, you can only be responsible for that. You can only hold yourself accountable for that. Imagine you saying, my husband said I should not work, and then you did not work. And then your parents are sick, they can't afford medical care, and you say, my husband didn't pay the bills. They slap yourself for mirror. According to Amaka, call yourself to meeting. Talk some sense into yourself. Because you owe your parents, your husband owes his parents. Yeah, that's the way it is. Okay. So he cannot now tell you not to work, but then, let's leave it. This video that we saw, they sit outside in their house, shopping and enjoying their house, and Nigerians are already judging the size and magnitude of the house. Are we people being serious? Nobody went inside to show us where the chandelier is.
I think it's the exterior conditions, not the size.
Okay, let me bring
they use broken ties. Maybe that's how they want to live. Can we stop telling people how the standard of their standard of living materially must be?
Exactly.
What if they are comfortable in that house?
That's the conversation I want to also have. Because there's something we talk about that I was hoping that Nima will come from that angle, where there's the issue of dignity. Dignity in who you are, regardless of your material ability. Because the truth is that there are some families that love that you're living in a mansion. They love you have a beautiful car. They love that you're traveling the world. But they love their comfort. This is their farm that they're seeing. This is their red sand. They are okay. As long as when I want to go to the hospital, you send me your pocket money, I can pay my bills. I don't need a car because I am working, all my friends are in my neighborhood, my church is right there, I don't need a car. They are content. How can we? Why is it difficult for Nigerians not to appreciate a modest living in our own mind until that AC blows on you? You are not living well. Because AC must blow on you, it must be the mark of success.
We don't consider peace of mind something to be grateful for, or sound health. Some people, what they are asking God, we know all of us we are praying for God, but some people are just asking God, can I just have a roof over my head? Good health so I don't have to visit the hospitals, peace of mind so I don't have to show up. If you have AC, you go pay band. You worry about those things. Yeah. You run diesel because NEPA might take light.
You pay petrol.
Yeah. Whereas some people would rather build their house with big windows, so they just open the door, the windows, and air comes in every day. And they don't have to worry about whether there's a gen. But the problem with us is we want to define it. And you see, for some people, I rather that small space with dignity than a big space where I have to now worship my in-law. If he was abusive of their daughter and he's fully responsible for the material standard that they have now maintained, which mouth you won't take tell him? You will see some women say, you know that we are now doing better, go back and endure to an abusive situation for their daughters. So why not leave them within what they can afford, what they have been able to provide for themselves, have respect for themselves, and so that they can match him when they need to correct him about how their daughter is.
Okay, let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll take this a bit further. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Tasty, something to fill my belly. I want my golden penny noodles full of flavor, the pecan. I want what I want. Golden penny noodles is sweet,
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regulars.
So let me go and look for my jam results. So
My 220 was 320. I suppose don't be one medical.
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show.
I can go. I can.
That's
I
all we
can
can
but
take.
I choose to
Ejek,
stay.
close the show, Yi Fadala.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 unavailable by Davido featuring Musa Keys.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym to get fat. Cricket.
She says she does show dancing to empower women.
What's the difference? There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So
pole dancer, you're already almost naked. You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I would not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the better? You scissors. What is his name?
That woman.
Bam! Bam!
Yeah, today we'll go here.
Hey!
Let's catch up now.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. Pure Entertainment.
Hello, TVC Communications. How can I help?
What makes TVC the right choice for my business?
Excellent question, sir. Let me share some exciting facts with you.
Start your day on TVC Entertainment with Wake Up Nigeria, a family and lifestyle show. Your view empowers women globally.
It's your view, let it count.
Entertainment Splash delivers the hottest celebrity trends. On TVC News, we keep you informed with breaking news and in-depth analysis of events shaping the world.
I will continue to speak the truth.
TVC News at 7 and TVC News at 10 p.m. delivers the most important stories of the day. Max FM, your hit music radio.
So thanks for staying with us. So we're still reviewing this B-Lord video that went viral. So, I mean, as Chika rightly said, he lives obviously in opulence. And when they saw him go to his in-laws, they were living in a rather very modest home. And the conversation was, the least that could have been done is an upgrade of his in-laws. But there's also a part of the conversation saying that the in-laws might just prefer their modest living. Why is that so difficult for Nigerians to understand and appreciate? Amaka, you're going to say something?
Okay, so Nima, I hear you. Morayo, I hear you, right? That everybody has a right and dignity to how they want to live,
yes.
to how they want to live. But then I want to ask both of you a question. Why do your parents work so hard to make sure that you have the best of education? Why do your parents send you abroad? Why did you study?
It's for your benefits, not for their own benefits.
No,
it's for the children's benefits.
Let me land,
Africa,
we will not do this to them. Allow me land my
please.
So the reason why is that for you to do better, for you to get better, for you to attain or aspire better, right? Modesty, good. But you can also, when you're modestly living now, you also want your environment to be clean, nice, and there's nothing wrong in that, yes. in living in a modest way, yes. And then having the nice things. There's nothing bad or wrong in having nice things, yes. in trying to achieve or aspire for nice or great, yes. things in life.
According to your standard, yes.
According to your standard.
Your own standard.
And then in life too, Morayo, if you have private jets, if only you enter them, it's not go sweet, or you need me to be there with you to take picture. It's good that when you have riches or wealth, people close to you, let it just rub up small.
If your parents make you flex.
Make you flex small. Then if I don't have a child that comes from that modesty that I've brought up, and those yella or mama, no, this B-Lord now saw her looking chum, and I came and carried her to his house. The little they can do is just, we're not saying you should build a new house for them. That house that I saw, at least just repaint it for them.
What's wrong with the paint?
Or something, or just make the environment, make the flower, maybe just build, put some small nice flowers. Just something. It's not for him, not him. The daughter, the girl, the girl.
Chop, no cook. Okay. Chop it.
Point.
That's
taken.
Correct point.
Wait, let me take this call. I'll come to Chika. Good morning. Thanks for calling. You're live. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes. I like to contribute to what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't know the names, but I know Morayo.
Go ahead.
The lady on your left, that's the fair lady.
Yes, Amaka.
She is portraying the beliefs of some kind of tradition.
Okay.
I think if we must reason sensibly, you brought up your child. You spent a lot of money on her to become a better person tomorrow. If her family is poor, is it her fault? It has nothing to do with the in-laws. If the family have any respect for themselves, if they will not cry out, they'll be talking to their daughter that, look, darling, you are living very well with your husband. We congratulate you. But we need this. You don't remember us? They shouldn't be crying out. They should be ashamed of themselves. Why should we be begging for in-laws?
So she's saying that it's the daughter. She's corroborating what you're saying, that it's the daughter's fault, not the in-laws. Chika, what are your thoughts on this?
But they must have been crying out to her.
What if they're not crying? That's my own question. We're all assuming they're crying because we believe that air conditioner is better than fan. But they're saying, I'm comfortable in my fan. And why is it so difficult for Nigerians to accept that? Chika, let me come to you.
I would just like to put some cultural context to this, okay? B-Lord is Igbo. I don't know what exact state he is from, but I can see from the video, because the location was tagged, that his wife is from Nobi, in Anambra. I am from Nobi. In fact, when I saw the video, I said, this compound looks familiar. I don't go to the village all the time, but I know some familiar compound spaces. Let me tell you, Mariah, for a fact, they are crying.
Okay.
I was born and raised in Lagos, but I understand my Anambra people very well.
Okay.
The average Igbo man takes great pride.
Yes.
The bane of his existence is that his family is perceived as being up here, even though he is here.
Okay.
We have many Igbo men developers. You people will verify with me. When they are coming to site, how get equal Crocs? They will wear Crocs and jeans, three-quarter jeans, t-shirts. Their site, if you know how much is in their bank account, if you see their family house in the, they may not build house in Lagos or anywhere, but village. How they build Golden Mansion? Check out all the billionaires now, e-money, all of them. You must build something of reputable standard in your village where you are from. Even more for if you are a son of the soil, even son of the soil. That is how they know. That is how they separate the boys from the men.
Right.
So if you as an Igbo son say that you are going to visit your wife's people,
right,
where you yourself will be identified, they will take pictures of you. The whole Bill Lord is now into real estate. He has been massively campaigning for Igbo men to return back to their roots and begin to build. So he even has an estate, you know, in the east there. And then your wife's home. Window panes are missing. The color of the curtain. I don't understand the color of the curtain. Hold on. I don't understand the pavement of the walls. Half was painted brown. Then the other half was left uncemented. You will match brown mud on the floor in your wife's compound because you went to chop aku that has no smell. Aku does not smell. Then you will now go back and match that mud into your luxury car. And now say you will go and wash your car when you get home. You know that you have put shame to yourself and to your family. I'm not saying that people don't love modesty. I believe in modesty. I'm not saying that the family of the guest should now come and put their entire life burdens on B-Lord. But I'm saying, B-Lord, your wife, as an Igbo man that you are, your wife's family is an extension of you.
Okay, I get
we have not seen or smelt in any way that B-Lord is in the building.
Chika, I get
and
that
it is
point.
sad.
You see,
it's abysmal.
So, in this context you built, I get it.
When Wizkid went to his when his parents were sitting in the Ojolegba house, nobody disturbed him. The mom said she is comfortable. Look, we have to always bring in culture into these things. The Yorubas might not an Igbo woman will be dragging till today. My mom, my first mom is still dragging me and my other brother to come and redo our house in the village. If I call on the phone, now that's the first thing she will say.
So I understand the cultural context. So me as a Yoruba person, I don't understand. But as we said yesterday, let us not generalize. There are people who say, I choose my modesty. I understand, or even they might have their own personal reservations. I'll let you respond.
Two broken window panes.
Wait. There are other issues, because somebody sent a message right now that, Morel, what if the husband has a thing where he doesn't like to give to family members? That this wealth must stay within him.
Is that what he was told by
there are some people like that they don't want to, the conditions of certain things they get into. Maybe diabolic things.
That's what I'm saying.
So somebody just said that, well, there's some diabolic situation whereby this is our wealth. We will help you with this wealth, but it must not go outside your nuclear family. That's one. Number two, a family can say, I want you to do well. I want to be hearing of good things about you. I want you to be flying. But we are fine where we are. Leave us where we are. There's some people like that. You'll be surprised. It's not every Igbo man that might think that way. Yes.
Let's assume. We're assuming now that this is what's it called in social studies, where it's a nuclear family. What if the Ogun that is inside the house is such that the girl must not shook head and breathe anything? I'm a girl from a much girl family. I'm not dealing with my father's house in the village. All my father's properties in the village. I'm watching the men who will come tomorrow and tell you, now man, they inherit. What are you people going to do about the house? If I have money, I will build my own. I will not build the house. May God forgive me. I hope they are not watching. Let them not come on. That's the truth. Because if they know how to, you'll be talking at family compound, family events in family houses, and they'll be reminding you that your husband's house is that way. If he comes to that place and he's not talking directly to his wait for him. Wait, what if he's not even dealing with just his wife's parents, and the wife is not the only child, even in a nuclear family of her parents, so that she does not have a say? Hold on, I'm just coming. That's
in her own house.
Yes, in that house, so that an investment in that house is water in the basket. What if she comes to that house now? She go take sleep. No matter what she builds in that house, they will remind her that, is it because you are the one that do it? Is it because you are the one that changed the roof? So please, let's put that one on one side. Another side, with what we and Amaka had said earlier, you are the daughter of the family. People forget. These days now, modernity is bringing us there. When you marry in African custom, you are still the daughter of your family. It is her, if she does not have work, that we know what to do to collect the money to improve her house. Hold on.
An Anambra man.
See, he cannot. What if
do you know who we are?
Recently, something happened between a family, and the in-law stepped in. He took charge. He spent money. He spent time. And the moment the family started to fight, they reminded him. They said, "We are still talking. You are an in-law. Stay out." This is the person who put money and his time. So sometimes you leave some people where they are, leave some things the way they are. I don't know Bill Odo, I'm not a fan. That's just number 2. Because I know a woman, before to mention it, because her kinsman, who is my friend, is giving me the gist well. That woman is top CEO of a major bank today. She did not just make the money for herself. She has not just improved her family. The entire village, they owe her. Okay, that her kinsman is in the bank because of her. She's getting promoted and protected because of her. She's not just the only one.
Let me take Favor. Thank you, Favor, for your life. Good morning, Favor.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Mama's in the house.
Yes.
Thank you. With what I can contribute today is that there are just people that don't like to give, no matter the level of their wealth.
We won't give.
Some people are just naturally stingy. Like there is this slang now that these stingy people normally use. They call it entitlement mentality. And this thing is very common among the people in the diaspora. And this thing is making a lot of people that are in problem, they don't know how to ask anymore. How can somebody have somebody who is very wealthy and you are an in-law to such family and you cannot give? This is bad. I don't see the reason. If these people are not entitled to you, who will they be entitled to? Apart from being the in-law, there are even what of the cousins, the nephews. He can get to a family, you see only one man, very wealthy. And when you look around his siblings, they all poor, vulcanizers, fashion designers, what is tell us. And he's the only one standing. There are people, I don't know, and they
Thank you very much, Favor. I have to go on a short break. When we come back, there's still an angle we've not touched on. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Station captivates listeners daily across Lagos and Abuja, making every commute more enjoyable. Adaba 88.9 FM is not left out, as it is the voice of Southwest. And on TVC Digital, we reach to million viewers daily. All together, pulls in over 17 million viewers daily. Contact us on 0707 272 8338 or marketing at tvccommunications.tv. Partner with TVC Communications today. Let's grow together.
Imagine a country with over 320 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo? When we get a common language, where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person where they for street. That's now why we they introduce to 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere.
So, Baba.
Gen Z, it a joke for this time.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we they give you wetin dey sup for inside we country. Yes, so keep it locked.
You've got me your papa. Why you not gonna make younger?
Compound to a holla.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, we right here. Nobody better than we, right?
How can I whispers be that? Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You feel like you're right there with me. Aww. From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for
everyone.
Thanks for staying with us, and I like that we have different angles on this conversation. One of the things I always try to do is, when we converse like this, the objective really is always to help to change thinking and perspective. We're building a better Nigeria. We're helping Nigerians to think better and do things better and have better options. So I understand the cultural context. I recognize all the various angles. But if we want to build a more responsible citizenry, do you think we should continue to put that kind of pressure on our people, or have that black tax mentality? Because sometimes it's like you feel, because there's something humbling when you go home to where home used to be. Yes, it was in a hut. Yes, there's no air conditioning, but there's something about seeing that your parents are happy, they are content, they are fine. Just like you said, some people say, don't buy me mansion. I want to be able to know how many rooms are here. I want to be able to count and sweep everywhere easily. They are fine where they are. So my question is, even though this is how it is done in a cultural context, should we evolve from that? Do you think it is important for us to start considering some kind of renewed thinking towards that mentality? Maka?
Okay, so Mario, you know why what you're saying is not going to hold so much, as in this question is not going to hold so much water, because this man is seen on social media to do lots of philanthropy work, where he gives out cash, he's doling out cash, helping other people. It's a different thing like that. This person is a modest person, or how he likes to keep his money. This person is seen to, he likes social validation. Everybody, they're recording what he's doing, they're posting it. He wants us to know that he's a very benevolent person, right? So in that context, it's different, because I always say, like, you know, generosity means different things to different people. There are some people that when they give, nobody even know that they gave. They don't need a public or societal validation for giving, right? And then some people do that. They help outsiders and they don't help people inside. There are so many people that the people be calling them, oh, generous, you're this, you're that, but their siblings, their father, their mother, they're not enjoying that generosity.
Amaka, I don't know why Chika doesn't understand.
I understand
that a man can say, I don't want your money.
Let me now explain why I understand.
My son-in-law, you are wealthy, but I don't need your money.
Chika, sorry, let me just land my point. Because the reason I'm saying this is because when he has from the video, from the social media page, I saw that he has 2 kids, right? Yes. And then they've grown a bit. And you can see that he went to that same house to go and knock and ask for her hand in marriage, right? He married her from that house. They have how many kids? So he's not a man that, as in, you cannot force somebody. The way I always tell women, you cannot force a man to love you. You cannot also force someone to spend their money on you. In the sense that there are some men that one person might look at the person as generous, that, oh, this man is taking care of me. But what you're enjoying is not generosity. It's just that he has fun that is blowing him in his house. So because you're under his roof, the same fan is blowing you, not because he loves you so much that he went to go and buy that fan for you. You need to understand the distinction here.
Let me explain why I say I understand what you're saying, Mario. Let's take it for granted that his wife, the mom and dad, are very modest people until they died, regardless of how much money they personally even have, not even their son-in-law's money, that they will remain modest. I understand that there are people who truly are like that. But you see, there's a difference between modesty and just a gross disregard for things being kept where they should be. I'll explain to you. So if, for instance, they are really modest people, right? Even when I go to the village, I was just telling you, the house in the village is a bungalow. It's not our house, I'm saying. It's not very good looking. It's not flamboyant. But even the days when I know I want to go to the village, because I don't go all the time, I send money down to say, okay, I know that nobody has been there in a while. Let's fix some broken windows. Let's change some of the sheets. You know, let's check the roofs and see what's
Who told you they have broken windows?
Hold on. It's in the video, Mariah.
Play the video.
There are 2 windows out. 2 window panes are out. Yes. So I'm saying, even if the parents, the mom and dad are of modest means, okay, we like nature. Because there are some people who are like that. They like trees around there. They like the clay, sand, or whatever. Okay, how about you say, we're going to, the essence of this home is still going to have its natural village-like feel. Like you said, there are raffia huts. When you travel to some states, some other countries, you see some natural materials being used, clay, to do aesthetically pleasing things. So the place can still look aesthetically pleasing while retaining its natural village-like form. You can use mats, you can use natural materials. Window panes are missing. The color of the curtains are looking brown. There's a black pot. Watch the video. There's a black coal pot in front of the house where they are sitting. You can have a natural kitchen made with natural things and arrange your coal pot in.
Samson's
it just looks a mess.
I'll come back to you. Samson, you're calling from Akwa Ibom. Thanks for calling. You're live.
It's not modesty.
It's Francis.
Oh, Francis. My apologies. Go ahead, please.
Okay. You see, sometimes I always want to sit on the same seat with my beloved sister. I'm trying to have forgotten her name. This kind of matter is not even a matter we should be bothering ourselves. If not that in Nigeria we don't have handwork. If we have handwork, we will not be looking at those things. Just because you see this person on social media parading all he's parading, doing all he's doing, how does it concern you? How does it concern you? How does it even concern the guy in question that they are talking about? The guy in question they are talking about, to finish that his visit and go and give another person 2 million. Do you know that as has to do with his in-laws, do you know what they are doing? Do you know what he has done? As the in-laws come out to say we are complaining that he has refused to do this, but it is us, jobless youth and jobless Nigerians who want to see and talk what does not concern them. We are too jobless. The in-law have not come out to say, oh, I have asked my son-in-law to build house for me.
Sir, Mr. Francis, so the reason why we discuss it because there are life issues and we can learn lessons from it. So you're right. The man didn't come out to complain, neither did the in-laws. People are just commenting based on what they've seen. But you see, these are experiences we'll try to learn from because the objective really is to help to change societal orientation. So we want to see how things, understand how people think and see how we can help them to think better or even understand where they're coming from. So it's a conversation to have to help society do better if we know better. So it's not about what they said or what they did not say. Somebody was going to go, was it? Okay, Nima, I've not heard from you in a minute.
Okay, Nima. Okay. I just want to say small thing.
So I understand Chika's, what you're saying, Chika, really. But we know that maintaining a house is that of the people living in the house. When my husband comes to visit, I see my mother make an effort. Ordinarily, before my father passed, it was only 2 of them in the house, and whoever comes in to clean daily goes. So she was in charge of everything. But when our in-laws are visiting, my mother will break the egusi with her hands, make sure she puts things in place. It's her house, she puts it in order. The black pot outside is not Bill that put it there. It's one of the in-laws who cook outside and left it for
Is it a good look for him?
The offense of
Is it a good look for him?
Hold on, I'll tell you about that one. That good look, I will tell you. So that's his offense. Now he put camera.
Hi.
Now he put camera and put posts in Nobi, in Anambra, in-laws house.
Tag my people.
He's the one who wanted to portray his in-laws. When you know say you want to
like to drink after the show.
This is not how my people behave. We don't behave like this. We don't roll like this.
So when Bill knows say he want to go and make Nollywood of his in-laws house, he should have bought props.
Exactly.
He should have brought props.
Exactly. I agree with you there.
That's the only problem.
I agree with you
but
there.
You see that pot outside? Now one of our auntie.
Sounding very silly. But do you know that sounding very silly?
No, we're not.
Let me tell you why. Because guys,
see, everything we are trying to change
we're trying to fix society. We're trying to do things better because we can't continue putting props just because we show a certain way of life.
No, then you cannot protest from criticizing what you just showed us.
Put it out there. We will talk about it.
If your image that you are giving us, the impression of yourself you have given us is to judge you. We will use it to judge the Nollywood you just shot.
Let me take
you don't shoot your Nollywood with props.
We will not know.
We don't have known. Now you tell us you come and see now. You put us scene 1.
Good morning, Chibuzo. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to contribute to what people are.
Please go ahead.
Okay, like there is somebody I went for their traditional marriage of recent in the village in Abia State. The girl's place. In short, if they give you a drink you will ensure you will not take or you rinse before you drink it.
Oh my God.
For you to know how bad the girl's house is. And I now said to myself, is it not possible for a man or the husband to help in doing it, even if it's not too fantastic, but at least to be, you know, of good looking a bit? The flooring in the apartment, the flooring alone is like when you are stepping on, you know, on the ground of your compound. It's annoying. So to me, I believe as long as a man is having his 3 square meals, you should be able to help your wife's family, and provided the wife is of a good character.
The one we not good, they need to do
that. Okay, Chibuzo, thank you very much.
Chibuzo, the one we not good, may not do our house.
Nima, let me come to you. I'll come to you, Amaka. I've always said something on this table that Nigeria's problem is the middle class. It's the middle class that will tell you that, oh, I want to eat sausage because they've been exposed to sausage. A man says, I've been drinking Ogi all my life. This Ogi fed you, fed me, fed my forefathers, and we are fine with Ogi. But it is the middle class that travel somewhere. I know that they eat sausage somewhere. I come back and say, no, this Ogi you are drinking is not good for you. It is sausage you must eat. And I'm going to the thinking that a person is saying, I grew up here. In your own eyes, that mud floor is not appealing. Those broken panes, it doesn't look disgusting. To me, I'm comfortable because this is home for me. You grew up here. So why are we using that thinking of, oh, it should be better now? It's not appealing. Who defines what's appealing? So my problem is, why don't you allow a community? A man says, I am fine here. It's so difficult for us to understand and comprehend it. We are saying that, no, it is the tradition. It is the people. These are how we do. It doesn't look nice. Who defines what Boju moves?
You know, I started this conversation by, I don't really care what Bojumo. It's what you're.
What do you mean is
what is good to view, what is appealing to the eyes. So it's not me that I don't have that problem. If we were talking to the in-laws, it would be a different conversation. The point here is that you made a shoot of your in-laws' house. You could have visited them without shooting. My Igbo neighbors, they like to host themselves. So when they're hosting, you see that blue crate. I don't want to mention the brand of that beer. It's always seated every weekend. I don't know why you're going to sit there. But that blue crate, they will put that crate there. Everybody will be popping it. So even it's without many class in that kind of setting. Yeah. The security at the gate, once they know that is popping in that compound, everybody is going there because they just want to get a free drink. So it happens. You could have come, eat granite and garden egg, drink your blue crate and go to your house. But you on ring lights, your PA on camera. Not only did you do that, you went home, you did not go and use editing, Bolu style and Alim style to upgrade. You posted. Now, you have also posted your house with 5 cars.
I really want to answer you on this last question.
You have also posted your house with 5 cars. As in, imagine that I've been following your page and you already have about 1,000 posts of your class, your giveaways, how you went to. You go and ring lights in somebody's house and say, we're helping the needy. You give them 2 million. It's on your post, and then you now go and post picture of your in-laws house.
Okay, let me pause. Sorry. Yakub has been holding. I'll come to you. Yakub, thanks for calling. You're live. Good morning, Yakub. Good morning. Yakub, the line is not very clear. It's not clear, but go ahead.
Thank you very much. Maybe I should.
It's breaking.
It's quite muffled. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, Amaka.
Okay, so I believe that the essence of every friendship or marriage or partnership is that when you're choosing somebody as a friend or choosing someone as a partner, the essence is that you want better for yourself, or you've seen this person, you've admired something in them, and the essence is that we rub off in a positive way on each other, so that if I don't know, it's okay not to know. It is okay, it's very valid not to know, although in the law ignorance is not an excuse, but it's also not to know. But when I don't know, I now meet you, handsome, tall, dark and everything man,
and rich,
and then you now know. You will teach me. If I don't know how to use fork and knife now, in that big mansion that you want to bring me in, you will teach me so that I will not go out and embarrass you. I will not come and say because I'm a modest liver or I'm a modest, they brought me up in a modest way. I use my hand to eat. I will not follow you to the Senate and use my hand and eat. Morayo, and it is not okay. If he came to marry the woman and he has upgraded his status and the woman has gone there to and learned and seen that, oh, I came from here, but that this is how they do things, or this can be better. Even if my parents don't want to change whatever it is they want to change, I can just still make it, nice and comfortable for them and also teach them. We can keep teaching it and learning and relearning and learning and relearning every day. Everybody wants better for themselves.
So let me make this
point. Let me make this point. I'm sorry, unfortunately, I have to go and break. Okay, God, make a point. Let me tell you.
All right, so let's leave culture aside.
Okay.
Let's leave keeping appearances aside.
Okay.
Let's take it again that these are modest people who are not trying to impress anybody.
Right.
They believe in the virtue of living truly as they are.
Yes.
No appearances. But to be honest, Mariah, if you really watch this video, and let's be honest, this video comes across as people who put in no effort whatsoever, the barest minimum effort. Mariah, I lived in a face me, I face you apartment growing up as a child. We used to share toilets. But you see, when we are having guests, at some point, the carpet in our living room was torn. So you could see, patches. The carpet was torn. But even whether we're having guests or not, when we're having guests, an extra effort is made to sweep, to clean, to just honor the people who are coming to see you. So I'm not saying buy new white sparkly curtains. How about wash the curtains? The curtains are looking brown. Okay, we love window panes. We don't like blinds. We don't like, yes. How about these 2 panes that are broken, can we fix it? Okay. We like clay, right? Okay. How about we put like a walkway or some, put a walkway where, okay, we put some paving stone just for that walkway. The entire clay remains. How about put an effort to say, our in-law is coming, and you, the in-law who is being Lord. How about make an impact and say, oh, this thing is going to reflect on me, regardless of how I want to paint it. I love my in-laws the way they are. They love themselves how they are. I am a brand. I am a brand. And whether you like it or not, there's personal branding. Your personal branding reflects on your institutional branding.
Okay, let me go on a very short break. We'll try to
I rest my case.
Stay with us right back.
You try.
I rest my case.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Alright everyone, no put your ears, make we talk. Shout my teeth fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Ever had a Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world. For 0 cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, it's your time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up and shine your smile. No more cover.
So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyingo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call a permanent solution.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
We explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. I'm Adedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Hey
morning, my people. I greet you plenty.
My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire.
My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo Listy.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top your view pigeon.
I'm gonna bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
After
that day, the man
you no go see him again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody. When they find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person we go give them to you, fact as it be.
Men no they ever get fault. If baby not there for her,
na the woman.
Talk no dey be person, you make person no fit talk true inside.
But for this country, we not say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good.
Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information.
We no even take
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to wrap up on this topic. I have a message that says, if you go to marry a lady, you love her family, am I reading like this?
Let me take this.
If you go to marry a lady, you love her family, become your family. You now belong to that family. I build a good house for my wife's family. So he's saying that he built.
If you go to marry a lady you love, her family become your family.
I wanted
to give you time to digest, but outside is really praising Chika here. I think she's totally agreeing with Chika. And then Rita says, Chika, you're vexing. I think she's also approving of your vex right now. She says, Bill Lords is a brand. That brand thing is correct. And he should have worked on it. He said, now, Bill Lords is 2 million people more popular. Before now, nobody knows.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was.
Now you know.
Now I know who he is.
He's brought this conversation out. Someone says, if the video is as bad as they say, then the people concerned are not taking care of themselves. That's Don Yaxton.
Wrapping up. I just want to make a final thing that we didn't mention, that if the in-laws should be worried, because if I can't take care of my own family or my own self, how am I going to, because they say it's a woman that helps a man know what to do. Maria, on this day we talk about your in-laws, you know, and how nice and how they are with you and everything. So certain men don't remember certain things. So it's a woman that is a nurture that remembers certain things. So you should be worried that if a woman cannot take care of her own, how will she even remember for you to take care of your own? That's food for thought.
Okay, I think that's all we can take on this. The point is that the truth is in the situations like this, every family to his own, and they expect certain expectations. So I think Chika won the conversation when she said that the least you can do is at least renovate a bit, make it look attractive, because you're having a guest. So we're not saying you should change your lifestyle, but please make it a bit more appealing. And the person who also waits to record, he also has what he's trying to achieve, because obviously now I don't know who he was, but now I've gone to kind of see his page. So everybody has their objective. Let's go on a very short break. We have a special guest today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas. It shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabs.
And that's some Poria.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of Your View are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Brand new studio, brand new set, a new face, but still your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a fresh new energy, new vibe. You smell that?
Now that's the smell of tasty, tantalizing food from our various chefs.
And when it comes to sports updates with insightful analysis, the place you want to be is Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Every second there's a fresh occurrence, and every minute there's a story to tell. Keep abreast of happening locally and internationally via the news updates of Wake Up Nigeria.
It's light, camera, fashion, where we strut, slay, and sashay, and keep you updated with all the latest fashion trends.
Level up your morning.
Watch Wake Up Nigeria, where every morning begins with a spark.
Hey Nick fam! Remember, Nick on TVC is your one-stop for engaging children's shows like El Tigre, Paw Patrol, SpongeBob SquarePants, Kung Fu Panda, and lots more to keep the kids glued to their screens. Catch us on Mondays to Fridays at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on TVC.
Thanks for staying with us. You know, Wednesday cannot go without us having one woman we love. So our guest today is an executive secretary, or the executive secretary of the Lagos State Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy, a notable program dedicated to mentoring the next generation of exceptional young Nigerian leaders. She's also an accomplished author and researcher with work on gender equality and public service recognized and discussed at international platforms, including equality. Welcome with us, Aishat Agbaje Okunade to the show. Good to have you. Yes, girl. So, I mean, Lateef Jakonde Academy has been inaugurated a couple of years ago, and a lot of people were really looking forward to it being like the vehicle to really build and raise leaders. Before we even go into that, we were talking before about this billboard. What are your thoughts? Did you watch that part? That's like, what are your thoughts?
I didn't watch that part.
Okay,
I didn't watch the billboard part.
But what are your thoughts on the topic?
Oh, okay. So my thoughts is that the key word there is duty. It's not a duty, but however, it's the family become an extension of you. So you want them to look as good as you are doing, as because they're an extension of you. Once you basically adopted them, but it's definitely not an obligation or a duty, because when you start to make it look like a duty or obligation, people then run away from it. It becomes, no, this is too much for me, I can't account for this. But it's a show of love, kindness, thoughtfulness, intent.
I just had to throw that in because it was such a hot topic.
It was.
Like, when you came in, you were smiling like this one has an idea or has an opinion. But so now you're your ES.
Yes.
Tell us about your journey so far and being the ES, and what your vision is as you progress in this role.
Thank you for such a kind question. It's something to think about. My journey has been a lot of learnings. So something I say, even whenever I get platforms like this, is that as our fellows are learning, I'm seated in that room learning. So as I'm acquiring the next best thing for them, I'm also acquiring it for myself, because it's something I have interest in as well. So we're all growing together, we're all grooming together, we're all learning together. So the journey has been one of, it's a cliche, learning, unlearning, relearning. But for me, it's not a cliche, it's the actual truth. I know how to manage people better. I start to see perspective as a thing of beauty, as opposed to a thing to defend yourself against. I've embraced it. It feels like art to me, but the abstract part of art. So it's been a journey. It's been a lot of growth, and as a young person in this job, it's all about impact, and I just want to have more, do more.
Fantastic.
And I go to bed every day trying to measure my impact. And once it feels like there's no more impact, I know that's when.
Is it me or Nima? She's a bit different from last year, because last time you came, it was as if they just gave you this big burden and you're just still trying to navigate.
She looked like it was very interesting.
Now you look like you are now okay. You're holding it.
Yeah,
I am killing it.
That's good to hear. So I can see that the AA initiative was founded, is a non-profit. Can you tell us more about it?
So also, because I'm always driving impact and always trying to push to find myself, and I'm always trying to do beyond what is what is expected of me, and it's just really to ensure that was something I was doing prior to even getting this appointment or this job, or even being in public service. And it's just to ensure that no one goes to bed without a meal. If I have, I must share. You know, if my neighbor doesn't have, I must share. And I think once we get so, clouded in what our daily lives look like, we forget what the other person might look like or what is going. And I always consider myself very privileged, right? And I also understand that some are not fortunate to have that.
Okay,
and it's important that I respect that.
Yes, so I wanted to ask about the Leadership Academy. They just concluded a most recent initiative and cohort. Do you want to share any outstanding achievements from this this most concrete, this recent one? Yeah.
So I have news. We've been gazetted, so we've been put into law. So there's sustenance. If anyone is ever worried about sustenance, we've got our bill is out. So we are here to stay, and we are here to literally build human capital amongst young people. And we are building as we go. We have so many programs coming up as well. Our current cohort is graduating, and I think we're just talking about the alumni that you know. Our current cohort is graduating this August, and we have a new one coming. So we just finished. We just concluded the Lagos Leadership Summit. We always have a lot of people there from the Oluwari, Olori Atuwashe. Just name them. They were all there. Governor Fashola, Governor Somolu, Deputy Governor. Everybody was at that event. So we're trying to just build as our mandate begins to expand. We also know that people who bring on board, it's like a drop in the ocean, but I always also say that drop makes the mighty ocean. Eventually.
Nima. Okay, in Nigeria, I noticed that whenever we talk leadership, we think it has to be in a capacity of public office holders. A lot of times, I don't know whether that's what they're doing in that academy. You know that a lot of times, whenever they talk about it, leadership, everybody is now looking at you running for an office. You know, my own understanding is that everybody is a leader in one way or the other because you wield some form of influence, and people, you have a change mindset, you know, or an improvement mindset. How exactly does your alumni practice what they learn from the academy?
That's a very good question. I could stay here all day. So I don't like to put things theoretically, but I see it happening. So we recently just had, we have an alumni advisory council now. And the last cohort had gone to India as part of the exchange programs that we sent them to. The current cohort, we just came back from Singapore last month. So they went to Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy. So the last cohort had gone to India, and they came back. They saw that in India, you had flags everywhere in India to build patriotism, right? But when you come to Nigeria, you hardly see a flag of Nigeria to remind you where you are, right? And they started an initiative called Flag Up Lagos. So whereby they started putting flags, they started with the MDAs and they're still rolling it out. So they've left the academy and they still continue their own good work of societal change and just building themselves from there. So it's really humbling to see that what you teach people can be ingrained in them forever.
You know, recently I had gone to China, and one of the things I learned, like, a lot of people who are in top offices are young people like you. So in my head, I kept thinking that in our country, we see a lot of older people still in certain positions. I'm wondering, we have 70.
And now I've been appointed as the executive secretary for the academy. So I think there's just been a lot of growth. And something I've learned in this journey is that not a lot of people will see your worth, but the one person that will see your worth is the person that has the power to take you to the next step.
Exactly.
And I think that's what has happened. And in Lagos State, I'm not just alone in this journey. We have a lot of young people that are, you know, leading the forts in Lagos State, taking control of the narrative. And I think we need to have more. I was talking about Singapore earlier. Singapore ensured that they brought in more young people, and I think we can be more intentional about that.
Absolutely.
But we're at a start whereby we're seeing the change, you know, and is it becoming regularized? I think so. And we just need to see much, much more of that. Because, you know, our population is rather young. They say young people make 50% of Nigeria currently, but they also make 100% of the future. So you have to make those really intentional decisions now.
Okay, so what role does mentoring play in terms of building exceptional young Nigerian leaders?
A lot. You've been mentored by someone. 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 So it's important that even as women, we mentor each other. There's something about passing the ladder back down. You have to be intentional about that. You have to write it down and be clear about it that you are doing it. Because it's very important, or else no one else pass the baton down. And I think that's what we are doing at LGLA. We're ensuring that we are grooming and preparing people. And I know that a lot of older people see us like, I didn't have this when I was your age. That's fine. We are changing the narrative and it's looking different. But also have been mentored by a lot of people that have taken me on board, whether one way or the other. I didn't necessarily have that at home, but I found it through volunteering and through reaching out to people and moving from one place to the other. So I think mentoring is, you know, key. It's extremely key to what our future looks like.
So what do you tell young women? I mean, you hold such a wonderful key position. What do you tell women who, because sometimes you struggle, you know, there's imposter syndrome, you know, this constant, so what do you tell young women, you know, in terms of tapping into their leadership potential? What would you say to any young woman out there who is watching? It's
definitely real. The imposter syndrome is real, but it's also you know, a mindset. It's a construct. It's not even a construct. Don't give it that much power. Right? It's a figment of your imagination. Something that's not real. And something I say to, I think I gave this illustration recently when I was speaking to a group of young ladies, and I said to them that you see your mind as a sitting room and see your mind as a building, and basically, you can't bring people that are not paying rent inside. So if imposter syndrome is not paying any rent, why is it there? It's fair if it's not paying you any rent, why is it present? You know, if lack of confidence is not paying you any rent, or it's not redecorating, it's living for free, oh, hell no, we kick you out. We're business people over here, you know, and that's the way I see it. But it's very real, and I think it's also understanding that what you do alone matters. People that have, you know, shaken up the status quo did not get there because someone else has done it before. They came there because they are new. There's a honor in being the first. So if you're the first of something, it's a honor, not a responsibility. It's an honor. So that's
I know you have an NGO. Tell us a bit about that. What's the focus?
So I think that's what I had mentioned. That's the AI initiative, something that I've been doing even before I came into public service. It's ensuring that obviously I give back as much as possible and even beyond public service. I think that keeps our humanity intact. And I've been doing that since university days, and it's something I just continue building on. And I think it's important that we start integrating ourselves back into society, particularly children that are marginalized. And the focus is that the young people that are marginalized are integrated back to society by giving them their basic needs. And that's just the focus of that.
Okay, Nima?
Okay. So, I was going to ask, the academy, yes, is there, but I believe that from a recent exposure that, leadership is built from cradle up. How do we take it to the primary schools? In the community where I went to study, there's something I noticed. The kids are built to be patriotic from primary school. They are made to idolize in different aspects. So, our own nationalists, they are only freedom fighter. Yeah. Whereas the person who is innovative in agriculture, the person who is innovative in education, the person who created the tech, are also idolized as part of the leaders of that community. They go there and bow as if it's idol worship, as in they are living gods of these people. So how do we tell this kind of stories so that our kids don't look to America for their role models in these fields? It's heartbreaking. Now every time, even my son now, when will I get America? I said, Uncle, America is not it's not paradise. America is not Lujono, but that's the way it's taught for people to be able to own it. They own it. They don't have alternatives.
I know you're asking a question, but I really like what you just said, because that's why people are debating Odun lawyer being named. Because you don't realize that they said that he was the very first vector. So we are celebrating and honoring the fact that he was the first. We don't see that. It's those freedom fighters that we hold as our leaders. But going back to you, like, how do we help to inculcate this into
Yes, how do you take the leadership academy and the curriculum to the primary schools?
So that's a very good question, but I also know that it's not a day's work. We have to start from somewhere, and we started from somewhere. But yes, I recently had a friend that reached out to me last week saying that she wants to go to do some murals all over the school of the inspirations they can look at in primary schools. So they'll draw it on the walls and artistically things they can say to each other, hope, confidence, all those things. And I think they're about to start. I think they're starting very shortly. So I was able to make that connection. But I think that we can be more intentional about that. I also know a colleague reached out to me about, the Subabe schools, how we can go into that place. But even right now, our current courts, they do something called the Capstone Project. So even right now, they're in one of those schools, digitalizing it. So they've just supplied, so I'm actually going there after this. So they've supplied a digital board, learning board, LED board, for children with particularly special needs in this school in Ikeja. And they've redecorated those rooms to be digitalized and also trained the teachers on how to use those digital boards, those learning boards, to enhance the learning process. So I think people are doing things, but I also think we need to consolidate
all the activities.
So do you have a partnership with Subeb Lagos, for instance, where, because you see the civic education that is not, patriotism is not pick dustbin, or don't throw dustbin, or look left and right.
Because we have very little time, and I need to ask a question about, do you accept people from across the nation?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
People are asking that, is it only in Lagos?
No, it's not only in Lagos. We accept people from all over Nigeria, because part of also rebuilding Nigeria is ensuring that we're inclusive and we also understand what each of us stands for. Even Alhaji Lateef Jakonde stood for something, and he did not segregate. So it was important that although we do focus on Lagos and also rebuilding and working with Lagosians, but we also accept young people from all over Nigeria.
So what exciting things, if you had to spotlight just one exciting thing that we can look forward to from the Lateef Jakonde leadership program? Something in the works, something that's...
So we obviously have the gazetting that's happened. That's exciting. Drum rolls for that. And we obviously thanking everyone, because that outlives anybody there. There's also, we have several programs coming up. Particularly, we're even looking at doing a crash course for young entrepreneurs, and because what we see is that young people, when they start businesses, they're able to close their businesses. So they close it so quickly because they don't understand the intricacies of those entrepreneurship and how to sustain it, how to do your own accounts and many more. So we're also trying to tap into that a bit more. And that's one of the major, major things that we have coming up as well.
Is there any room for scholarships for people that Nigerians or Lagosians that can't afford it, but then that's your own way of
giving back?
Okay, so it's free.
The program is completely free. Yeah, but it's
so it's good.
It's between
because
it's between 25 to 35.
Because our audience don't know that, so it's important to put it.
Oh no, it's completely free. So it's between the ages of 25 to 35. But however, some of our programs like the Lagos Leadership Summit, where we do trainings, workshops, which we recently concluded, that's free for any age, anybody. But it's our programs is government funded, so it's fully free. The government,
somebody is watching you now, and they're saying, this woman is such so. Yeah, Aisha, look at her. She has energy. She's just working. She's just ethical. Do you have a life outside what you do? Do you have do you travel? Do you party?
do you do for fun?
Do you do stuff like do you do what normal human beings do? Have fun.
Do. Oh yeah, of course.
Talking. I mean, is he in the studio?
No. My husband is at home. I'm sure he's watching. So I'm obviously married. He's my best friend. So we try to do a lot of things together. But I also am trying. There's something about this job.
Oh my God, she's blushing. Something I'm trying to pick out her brain. This is just blushing. There's something you are not saying that I'm saying.
The job is demanding. The job is demanding. It's very demanding. But I'm being intentional about building my social life.
Okay. Tell us
being
about that.
Open to friendships. I went to a recent event that I didn't know anybody at. Never like me. A women's event, and I just sat there and I saw Tokpe at the event, and I was like, and then she came to meet me saying that, I was like, she said she's not my boss everywhere. I said, okay, yes. So I made friends with her intentionally there. So I'm trying to obviously build socially. And as a young person, what public service does, public service is demanding. People put in a lot of work, and Nigerians don't get to see that.
Yeah.
People have sleepless nights.
You have new respect for public servants now.
It's always different. So when we bring our young people there, and they're talking about work-life balance, like, what's work-life balance? Here? When you're serving, it doesn't work that way. It's absolutely demanding. So you have to be intentional.
We have to wrap up. I mean, wishing you the best.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We like to see young people in important places and important roles. So I'm happy that the governor appointed you, and hoping you do more success as we see.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
Okay, that's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.